McCurtain County sports leader, Fast Country 106.
And good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Broken Bow Coaches Show here live at Papa Poblano's. And if you're wondering why maybe I might sound a little bit excited, that's because I am tickled to death this morning to be here with the 11-1 coach of the Broken Bow Savages, Coach Maverick Lang.
Good morning.
Man, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to set the little scene for you here right quick and let you take over. But I told Mr. Evis when the kids were coming onto the field, the coaches were already just getting lined up. And I told Mr. Evis right then, I said, Mr. Evis, if our kids are as ready as what these coaches are, look out, because we're fixed to put it on somebody. And first play of the game, Coach Lang, did you call that? Were you going to call that? Was that a scripted play, or did you call it off of their alignment?
No, on Tuesday, we predetermined that was going to be the first play of the game, and that was our mentality going in was going to score the first snap. We just didn't know. It depended on what hash we got. If we ran it left or right, it's going to be the same play, flip, depending on what hash we got, because the last 2 weeks, they've gotten a lot of play action with a comeback by our number one receiver that we've got a lot of yardage off of it, picked up a bunch of first downs. So obviously they were working the comebacks with their kids all week by the number one receiver. The only thing we did different, we switched in our formation. We switched and put Dejan as the number one guy when she's usually the number two guy, the slot receiver. So we switched him and Quill was in the slot. We did our GT play action. Maxed our S-back kid for extra protection there. Roll grading out. Dejan goes, come back and go. Khalil takes a safety on a post, and it's created a one-on-one, and we obviously won that one-on-one. So that was huge because that was our mentality. We was going to score the first play on these guys, and that did help set the tone for the whole night.
Oh, man, it you could tell it wilted their flower by the first, and it just got everybody excited. I was screaming up there. I don't even remember what I said. I said something about the Maverick loading up the pistol and and letting her whoop or something. I don't know. It was just a huge jolt. Because sometimes there's big games this year where we've kind of first couple drives we've kind of pooted around a little bit, but man, to jump on them like that, it just really put a dent in their ammo.
Yeah, and one thing we had offensively and defensively, because we play really good speed on defense too. They're a really good football team, really good defense. They were only averaging giving up 15-point-something points a game on defense. They play really physical defense, but we kind of had the mentality of we're not in Western Oklahoma tonight, or they're not in Western Oklahoma tonight. The speed that we possess, they haven't really had to defend that. We felt like that was going to be a huge advantage to us, not only on offense with our skill kids, but on defense, the way we play defensively. So it did play in our hand, the speed that we play with, and obviously the physicality that we play with. You can semi-see it on film when you trade film with us, but the speed and physicality we play with, you don't really know how bad it is until you line up and play us.
Exactly. Early on, it looked like they had a good beat on Neil. His first several carries were pretty much nothing. Mm-hmm. And as Mr. Evans and I talked, this may be the night that Neil's going to have to play the decoy, and get nothing but open up everything else. Because if you key so much on Neil, which you should if you watch our film, you have to.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? You got the ball in number 4's hands now.
Yeah.
It's just, in my opinion, it was too much for them to handle.
Yeah. And another one, which he's been making plays for us all year. AJ had a huge night last night. I thought he was going to get his third one there early in the fourth. But yeah, he had a great, phenomenal night offensively for us. Made some huge plays. And what's good about him, what I like about him throwing short stuff or screens to him out on the perimeter, is once he gets in his hand, he's like a running back. He gets downhill. And a lot of times in secondary guys that want to tackle physical guys, especially right now when you get the ball on the perimeter, right on them. AJ played well, obviously. Dejan, Khalil, Cole came in because Snooty was a little banged up going into the game. But he was fine wise. But they do load the box. So they're in the odd stack, so they get 6 on 5. And then obviously they just bring more people into the box, the more guys we bring into it. But Snooty played well. Cole ran the ball well. Even May snuck in there at the end. He has that one thing crotch level through there. I like the crap out of Mays. I was hoping he was going to get loose there late and get it punchy one in. But yeah, and then obviously Graydon doing what he does. Just makes it hard to defend when all of our skill kids buy in. And don't care who gets it, but they're prepared when it comes to them. And then our offensive line played really well because that is a team that hadn't really allowed much rushing yards. Got after the quarterback and not allowed offenses to produce many yards and scores against them. So our offensive line played really well too.
Exactly, they sure did. We were talking about Neil. Their first couple runs didn't do much, but then his first carry, I think it was 5 or 6 yards. That was a Snooty type carry. You could see his first. He didn't have to make a cut till he got to the linebacker stage because his first hole was really, really wide open. All year, we don't try to downplay Graydon, but we try not to talk. He could probably be the player of the game every game if you wanted to. So we try to make sure that we get it. Give all the other kids credit because Graydon will be the first to tell you that he doesn't do anything without the help of his teammates. Mm-hmm. But finally, after 11 games of seeing it, and then some last year, 12 games of seeing it, Graydon Howell is one special ball player, one that you don't get to see even every 10 years. He's a once in every 20 years type of ball player. Have you had anybody that's even comparable? Which I know you hadn't coached. Yeah, I know you're still young, but have you ever had anybody that's even comparable to Graydon?
No, he's obviously special. And then, like you were saying, you almost come numb to some of it, some of the plays he makes, because you've just seen some of those things so many times so far in 2 years. Just kind of get numb to some of the big plays. But yeah, I'll even get impressed with some of there's a run against McLean. He probably only got like 15 yards, but it's probably one of his most impressive runs by the way he got those 15 yards. But yeah, he's special. He gives us opportunity every snap. And then he's really embraced and growth at just the true quarterback position, techniques and role. Then obviously you can flip him over the defense, and he's phenomenal over there too. And for some reason, people keep punting to him.
I know.
They keep putting him back there, and if they keep punting, we'll just keep rolling with it.
I was going to say, and the Weatherford kid could really punt it. Most, or not most, but a whole lot of high school kids, they're not really going to punt the ball very far. They're not going to properly punt the ball where you get air under it and it hangs and your punt return has time to run down. That kid probably could as much as anybody that we've faced this year. But boy, when he hit that little old squibbler that kind of come up a little short, and Graydon caught it with about a 12-yard head start.
Yeah,
I thought, oh crap! And sure enough, I don't think they lay a jersey. I don't think they lay a hand on his jersey on that.
Yeah. So yeah, they didn't even seem like they were attempting to angle punt it. They were just kicking it down the middle, and I know he kind of semi-shanked one, like kind of only went about 20 yards. But yeah, they were just punting it down the middle. One
time, and it's the first I've seen all year, because Mr. Evans and I will joke about when the Graydon needs to go ahead and field it and try to go, and when he doesn't, and then finally after game 4, I told Revis, heck with it. Just get every. He's going to get everyone anyway. So quit. And we laughed about that. But anyway, last night the Weatherford punter did actually put one over his head.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah.
He actually put it over his head, and I said, "My God, he's not going to touch that one."
Yeah.
But that just doesn't happen. Like I say, Weatherford coming in, they were 9-2, so we didn't think for a second that they weren't going to be any good whatsoever. I mean, yeah, you could say that maybe they played in a not as tough district, but they still played with Elgin, that is one of the only two remaining unbeatens in 4A. So Weatherford, they have a long line of tradition. Also, over the last 15, 20 years, they've pretty consistently been in the top 10. Don't you feel?
Yeah, and that's what I even told the kids yesterday in our walkthrough yesterday morning when we got them up. It's kind of been pretty cool how, because we're trying to take our football program. Just this year in the playoffs, we had to go through Wagner, who's been running 4A for 15 plus years, and then round 2 we get the opportunity to go against Weatherford, who's been a dominant 4A football team for the last 15 years. Then we got the same thing coming up next with our next opponent, but where we're getting our football program, we're having to go through the kind of the perennials of 4A football in the last 10, 15 years.
No doubt. And I'll tell you one thing, if when the opposing team complained, this is one thing, we're talking about program building here, and last night, earlier in the year when we would win a bigger one, I was hesitant to call it a program building win because I didn't want to put too much emphasis on it. Mm-hmm. Last night, I think you could call that a program building win. It puts you to another level. It puts you to the next level that you're chasing. But when the opposing team, their school, contacts the OSSAA and tells them that they feel it's unfair that our fans are allowed to sit on their side and not to save spots, you had them worried about something else before they ever got there.
Yeah, and it's a pretty wild deal. We obviously knew a little bit of it, heard a little bit of it. We weren't digging much into it because we were trying to win a football game, but yeah, it's a pretty wild deal. And
I didn't hear it till late, but still, they're worried about something they don't need to be worried if they're worried. And it's a tribute to our fans. That's my number one point.
Oh, yeah.
It's a tribute to our fans.
Yeah.
That we have fans that'll fill up half the other side and then the home side. That's a huge tribute, but that's the way it used to be. That's what I've talked about for weeks that you never got to witness.
Yeah.
Because your first stint here, it wasn't that way.
Yeah.
There may have been a few games where it was that way, but you haven't even got to experience that. Now you have, and so now you know kind of what completes the Broken Bow way.
Yeah. It was a wild deal. And we semi-hurt because when we got there with our kids pregame, we had 2 admins had to be over there, and they were just standing on the back of the visiting bleachers over there. We heard they couldn't sit down or something till 6:45, which is wild. I can see OSSA maybe saying you can't reserve, but once the gates are open, you should be able to go sit wherever you want to go sit. So yeah, we heard about it. We obviously didn't get too much into it because we were trying to win a football game, but yeah, that's wild stuff.
Yeah, they are they're the next line to set it home. 4 teams remaining, and man, am I tickled to be. Our team is one of those 4 because it's been quite some time, and I think that it's been since 2012 since we were in the semis.
10.
Is it 10?
Yeah, 10.
Okay. Been quite some time. Mm-hmm. That was back in the Warner years, but we are one of the 4 remaining, and we do get a week off. Explain to most of our listeners why the week off is coming.
Yeah, once 6A and 6A2 has had a week off, and then now that 2 years ago when they split A and 2A into 2 divisions, that obviously added 2 more playoff games.
And 2A.
Yeah.
So you said that.
it kind of helps with just the format of the state championships games because they're all housed at UCO. And obviously they're Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, so you can only get 2, so it's only 6 a week you can get in. So it kind of better stretches out, more efficiently stretches out the state championships all at one host site. So this year is 4, 4, and 3A, or 5, 4, 3A. That's got a bye. And then 4A had it last year too. And then after this year it cycles. I think it's 1, 2, and 3 maybe, or something like that. We got a bye week on the Thanksgiving break. So they rotate it every 2 years, or every year it'll rotate.
So everything will be at UCO?
Yeah, all games are at UCO.
See, I wasn't aware of that. They used to be
spread.
different places. You know, they've been at Stillwater before. They've been at So they've made one home out of it. But how do you feel about that, Coach? Do you kind of I mean, I noticed Coach Camp, he always comes and visits us as he's going up there. And he's kind of said something about it. You know, we're playing really good. Do you want the week off?
Yeah.
Or do you not?
That's what. Yeah, you kind of get into. You want to just keep rolling, but we are extremely banged up. Our
really?
kids we got some wear and tear. So this week will be really beneficial in that. Still obviously preparing and practicing, but we can kind of be lighter on them physically this week coming up, and then you obviously get your full normal week the week after. The game week. But yeah, we got some kids that are really banged up just from the wear and tear of playing our schedule that we've had to play and the physicality we play. That is the flip side of being as violent as we are football players. But yeah, we got some key kids that could use a couple helmet practice days to get back a little healthy. So yeah, it's good in that aspect, but then you don't want to, from production wise, you just want to keep rolling into the next week. But yeah, I think it's going to be beneficial for us.
That's good. That's good. I know that you'll figure out the right way to approach it, and then you'll pass that on. You and the coaches will pass that on to our young men. I'm not going to call them kids because after 12 games, I feel like they deserve to be called young men. I thought they had to act like young men last night because I thought, and I'm not the only one that thinks that, I thought that after chasing Graydon around for about 2 quarters, I thought Weatherford was trying to maybe injure a couple of our kids last night.
Yeah, there was
I the only one that thought that?
And then there was some extracurricular that I'm trying to think of the best way to put it. They were the most undisciplined team we played.
You know, and you don't expect that. You expect that someone more of like a McLean or someone. Yeah. You don't expect that to be Weatherford because of their success.
Yeah.
Number 54, for one, theirs, not ours.
Yeah.
He would, when he finally did make the tackle, he would continue to mash in the ground and push.
Yeah.
Well, he comes off the field, and he's got his hands up to the crowd, and I look up, the coach is talking to him, but I look up maybe a series later, and he's back in there, and I'm thinking, you know what? That's not a good way to teach a kid. Anyway,
if you allow it, everybody else does.
I guess so.
Yeah,
I was a little bit shocked by that because I thought they would be because of their success, I thought they would be a program with the utmost class and respect.
Yeah, they and our kids did a really good job being smart because obviously once they got out of hand, we had something to play for. It turns in one of those type of environments to where they are starting to acknowledge their season's coming to an end, and we obviously got another game to play for. But yeah, and then I don't know. I felt like somebody got out of hand with the refs, so then they tried to get it back control, and at that point, it was kind of at our expense. I felt like now we did hit a kid late. It was a bang hit late. I don't know if you call it
with Porter's. Porter got called for it once, but
that was kind of late. When they called Graydon on that slant, the ball it goes off the kid's hands, and then he makes contact. I mean, both kids are running the same direction.
Okay, well they got Graydon for that. Yeah, I remember that. I actually felt like Graydon could have held up on that one, and they got cold for it later.
Yeah.
And it was almost, you're like, why push them there? But anyway, what I was the late hit I thought I was talking about was Porter's.
Yeah.
Didn't they get Porter for a late hit towards their sideline?
Yeah.
And Porter, I mean, he's not 140 pounds. He's a big dude. When he gets to rolling, when he starts falling, he can't just quit. And I thought they got Porter for the wrong. I didn't think Porter should have got his call. I can see why they threw it on Graydon and Cole, because it was out in the open and it was a push that you really didn't need. Anyway, Bentley Brown played his rear off, and we could have voted him player of the game. We did. This between Mr. Evans and I. We did give it to AJ because we thought that was the best game that he's played all year. But Bentley Brown he's almost like Graydon. You could praise him anyway. He hits a dude so hard that I think the W on his helmet flipped to an M, and then he gets a call. He gets. Yeah.
Well, I didn't see that when they called roughing the passer. I was watching because Fields makes a really good play on the ball.
Okay, I thought it was a run.
They got him. Or the one I'm talking about, roughing the passer.
Okay, I'm talking about something different. They get him on a. They get him on. I think it's the running back, and he just melts him. Yeah,
he got him, and then he got up celebrating.
Not much.
And it wasn't for the celebration.
Okay.
He turns, bumps into the kid. The kid shoves him, and then they get.
Because all I seen was the kid shove him. Because it's number 50. Yeah. I can tell you right now who it was because, and I thought Bentley didn't even touch you, but maybe he did. I thought he might have told us. He might have said maybe a Yo Mama joke.
Yeah. But no, I don't know. I think they lost control of it a little bit and then tried to gain it back, and it ended up being at our expense there in the third quarter.
Yeah, third quarter. Well, like you said,
our kids, praise our kids because the way the other kids were acting around them, our kids that good. Handle as best you can in that type of environment whenever you're getting that kind of done to you, and not responding, because it takes, you got to put your ego aside sometimes in those deals and just walk away from the situation. But yeah, we obviously had something to play for, and we couldn't afford somebody to be suspended or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, we're going to one more question before the break, and then after the break, we will we'll talk about our next opponent and wrap things up. But little bit of there were several instances last night where we only got in it once. They got in it several times, some 3rd and 30s, some 3rd and 20s. It just huge down in distance. They kind of double banged us once last night. We had them pinned. No, that's wrong. We had them pinned pretty deep after a turnover. Mm-hmm. Might have been when they fumbled the snap, and we got on it there. We were first. We went to a 1st and goal to a 3rd and 35 or something. They got us for a sideline warning, which was our second one, and then they got us for something else. They got us for an unsportsmanlike call of some sort. Was that against one of our coaches?
Well, the second sideline warning was a penalty, so they marched that off.
But remember, they got us, and they got us again, same play. Because I saw you kind of getting after one of our coaches. Was it one of our coaches? They got. Remember, that's what put us that in that down distance.
The second one bumped us back because that would have been a penalty.
The first one, well, see, the first time they throw the flag, that was already our second one.
Yeah,
because we had one earlier, right?
Yeah.
So we went back. We got 2 penalties.
Yeah.
They threw the flag again, like after the fact. They were going to mark it off 15. Mm-hmm. That was going to be it for sideline warning. Then they threw it again.
Yeah, that was.
It got us another.
Yeah, that was from the sideline.
Okay, well, I saw you. We can talk about that later, but I saw you get a little animated, and I just thought, well, that's good. Yes, our coaches show a lot of enthusiasm, and our kids will respond to that. But at the same time, you don't want to get push yourself back. Well, we got penalized 30 yards in that one play.
Yeah, then another would have had me missing next week. Even because it doesn't have to be on me, those things.
Oh, you're saying, okay. I'm with you. You're saying any other coach got one. It could
any two unsportsmanlike sideline, it boots the head coach.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, it's kind of a crappy deal. But
oh, gosh. Well, anyway, Savages are going to move into the semifinals. First time in a long time, but they will play the Tuttle Tigers. Coach Lang, you said you do know that it's going to be on a Friday at 1:00. You just don't know the destination yet.
Yeah, Friday I'm not doing good math. Was it 3rd or something? Not this coming Friday, but not the Friday after Thanksgiving, but the previous or the next Friday.
Next one, yeah.
1:00 time, and to be determined on the site. Since there's, because obviously regular, if you was playing next week, we'd know probably by today or tomorrow. But they might be a little bit slower on the getting it out there since we got a bye week. But surely by the middle of next week, we'll know where.
Well, and for people that don't know, because not everybody does know, Tuttle is basically Norman.
Yeah.
So neutral site, you would think McAllister, Durant. That's just what you think.
Yeah.
No, McAllister. No, you would think Ada. McAllister, Durant, or Ada.
Yeah.
One of those three you would think. Don't really know, but that's kind of what, as a Savage fan looking ahead, being a 1:00 on a Friday, some people are going to have to make adjustments with their work schedule. But you will announce that. But the first place you'll see it on Facebook. The school will release it, and then somebody will share it. It's pretty hard to beat the Facebook world.
Yeah,
it's pretty hard to get something in. It's very, very hard to get, especially around here. It's going to happen on Facebook. But let's take a short break and for station identification and word from our sponsors. And when we get back, we'll wrap things up by looking forward to a huge matchup with number 1 ranked and undefeated Tuttle Tigers. Join us back here at the Broken Bow Coaches Show at Papa Blano's. You've been listening to Best Country 106.
McCurtain County sports leader, Best Country 106.
And welcome back to the Broken Bow Coaches Show here live at Papa Blano's. And I'm here with 11-1 winner of 4A4, which is, I'm not sure that winning 4A4, it might be just as tough as winning the state championship, Coach. It's very, very difficult.
Yeah.
I'm sure that it's got to be one of the most difficult districts to win in the state of Oklahoma. As last night, Elgin, our last conference team, went down to Legend Elgin by quite a bit, didn't they?
Yeah.
One time it was 35-3, I think, 28-3, something like that. I think Elgin handled them pretty easily. But what I'm getting at, 4A4 is one of the toughest in the state to win, and you got through that with only the one little blemish. But District 4A champs, that's a pretty cool deal. But being a semifinalist is a really cool deal. Is this going to be the furthest you advance in your career?
Yeah, it's first trip to the semis.
And a lot of that is because of your age. You haven't been doing it very long, so you hadn't got many chances to do it. But a lot of coaches go their entire career without ever reaching the semis. There's some really good self-proclaimed good coaches that they've been 15, 18 different places and never reached the semis. And you, in your second year here at the helm of Broken Bow, you've got them there. What? Just quickly, how has that evolved?
Yeah, and like you said, there's a lot of really good teams that don't make it to the semis, or there's a lot of really good teams that don't make a state championship or win the state championship. For getting here, it's all on the kids. They've bought into what we want to do from day one. Even as not as perfect in our way that we wanted to go last year. We felt like it set a real good foundation of where we're trying to go. And then we obviously brought a lot of kids back. But, yeah, the kids buy in, the way the kids attack every day, in season and out of season. And then, and I've said it before, my name might be at the top of the totem pole, but all the success we have and will continue to have is because our assistant coaches, they do a great job. I'm blessed to be able to work with those guys every day. And then what they invest in our kids and our football program, because there's not and you can see it on the sideline, there's not a person outside them kids' mamas that want them to be more successful than our coaches, celebrate with those kids more than our coaches. Now they're going to let them know when they do something bad, but they will be the first person down there to celebrate with them when they do something good. So just the overall environment of our football program is really, really cool to be in. And then, yeah, kids are functioning at a high rate, getting coached at a high level. It's just kind of all coming a little quicker than, because usually on these things it's around a 3-year deal before you start really rolling. But I said last year, the growth that our kids made last year, it was almost like we got a year and a half or almost 2 years in on year one. And that's what set us up for the success we're having now. So, but yeah, it comes back to the kids buying in, because we can do whatever we want if some kids don't buy in and take pride in the football program, the investment they make for each other. And we're big on, you got to want the guys around you to be successful more than you want to be successful. And we got a locker room full of those type of kids, and that's hard to beat.
Yeah, I can see that easily every week. That is evident. The coaching part of it that you talked about is easily evident, and then that with the kids, you can see it. I really think those kids pull for each other, and those coaches. Before our kids run out, last night I told Mr. Evans, I said, if the kids are as ready as they are, we're fixing to whoop it on somebody. But you could see it was I'm fired up and ready, but it was also at the same time it was a little fist bump or a little shake and a little partial hug that says, not only am I fired up, I'm ready, and I believe in you. I could see it. You don't have to say it. I could see it. It's I believe in you. You believe in me type of deal. And that's when I told Mr. Evans. It's kind of like the old movie Beer from Our Horses with Toby Keith and the comedian, the little short comedian, kind of a foul talking, but Rodney Carrington. He had an old. They were getting put on missions, and every time they go get put on missions, Rodney's dog, he had an old mixed big old dog, and they said every time he'd poot that something was fixing to happen. I told Mr. Evans before the game, I said, the old dog's pooted, something fixing to happen, and sure enough, we put a whooping on 9-2 Weatherford. But just so excited for the kids and the program to be facing, get to the semifinals. But what are we going to see from Tuttle? I know you'll watch film. I think you start that on Saturdays and Sundays. But up to this point, what do you know about it?
I haven't seen much, heard a little bit, seen some clips throughout the year. I do know I seen yesterday going in, so not counting the game they played last night, their quarterback's thrown 33 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Wow.
He's slinging around. So it will be we're a little biased here, but it is the two best quarterbacks in 4A will be playing against each other. He's got obviously 33-1, and I think he threw like 5 last night. So quarterback swings around. They got some real good athletes there. The offensive linemen, did see some clips of them. Them cats are about 6'4", 6'3", 6'4" across the board. Big old offensive linemen. And they play really good defense. They've only given up in 12 games. They have given up, I think it's 48 points on defense. So that's less than 5 points a game.
Wow.
That's down to a dang near field goal a game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it'll be a good challenge.
Well, it will, but have they played a team like Brookmo?
We're about to find out.
That's the that's the what do you call it? That's the equalizer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, they've done this and they've done that and they've done that, but have they played Brokenville? They haven't yet.
Yeah.
So that's what our job is going to be, is to be that great equalizer.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I'm going to be tickled to be there. One more thing, then we're going to close it up. We ran it past a little bit this week. It's been an extra exciting show, but the last thing I want to mention, last night was the very last game
Mm-hmm.
on the hallowed grounds of Memorial Stadium. The grass, not the stadium. That's not the last of the stadium. So don't go putting on Facebook, Jeremy's telling lies. No, I'm not. It's not the last of the stadium. It's the last of the grass.
Mm-hmm.
Think of how many good teams, great teams and players and coaches who have walked that field in the past. That'll be something. I just thought it was kind of neat to Maverick and his team was the last to play on this grass, and that propelled him into the state semifinals.
Yeah, and it's cool because obviously that place will look different when we kick off next season. Yeah, really cool because there's been a lot of really good football been played there. Really good atmosphere for the last before it kind of get refaced a little bit. So really good, really cool, and great environment we had last night for our kids. And that stuff obviously bleeds off to our athletes, that type of environment, which Weatherford traveled, even though they complained, it sounds like the whole time, they traveled a lot
lot more
than I thought they were going to.
They really did.
Oklahoma.
Oh, exactly. They had a bunch. Yeah.
Because they had more than Wagner, who had a lot shorter job.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, even though they complained a lot and didn't get the outcome they wanted, they brought a lot. So, yeah, it was a really good playoff environment. And it was cool to kind of send the grass off in that type of semifinal.
You bet. Do you think Coach Lee will take a little? Do you think he'll take a little square or something like that home with you?
Yeah, we were
After
joking.
all he's put
He'll bag us some of that.
Yeah, no kidding. He's put a lot of work in that field. I mean, I know there's been a lot of coaches have, but Coach Lee has really put a lot of work in that field. And I know that he'll kind of be sad to see it go, but I bet you he won't when it comes time to getting that thing ready. I bet because Coach Lee, you know, he's not 43 anymore or even 53. He's getting on up there, but still in top physical shape. Though I will add that, but he's going to be glad to see the new one come. But go ahead.
Oh, and another thing with the stadium, in the home playoff environment, and we've been blessed for 2 weeks now, 500 tickets last week and 1,000 tickets this week. That's huge. The investment in our program, the investment in our community, that's something you don't really hear anybody else doing that. No. School-wise and across the whole state, you really don't hear.
And that's from a family-owned bank.
Yeah. From Broken Bow,
Curtin County National Bank, and Mr. John Callahan, and I'm not afraid to say it one bit because he is an excellent human being, and I'm going to say that I'm just flat out telling you he is, and he loves Broken Bow. Mm-hmm. So we don't have to keep that a secret who does that because that is a huge deal, and I will stand behind. I'll stand behind him through thick and thin. He's a really, really good individual, and I promise you, he's the last one that wants any type of credit for it. Yeah. I can absolutely tell you he does not want any credit, but I'm going to give it whether he wants it or not because like I said, that's a huge deal.
Oh, yeah.
One more quick little thing, and then we'll sign off. We talked about you talked about your assistant coaches, and I've noticed this year that when you got a bunch of kids out there like we've got 60 or 70, I don't know what, or probably more than that, handling all that when we used to try to do the old 4 and 5 man crew for whatever reason, that just don't work. I know not every single assistant that you have is a full-fledged assistant coach, but man, you've got 8 or 10 guys out there, even with your young ones, with Pratt and with Wood, and Coach Harris is not a young one, but maybe a newer type.
Yeah.
Dewberry. I know that's not his name. You say his name properly.
Devin Atterbury.
Okay, Atterbury. I call him Old Dewberry. Old Dewberry. That it just those other bodies just make it look so much better, and they can, even though they're not full-fledged coaches, they can get assigned to one little area to watch, and then channel that all up to you. Guy Camp, I know he's not fully your assistant coach, but
we slowly get him every week. We get him a little more pressure.
That's what I'm saying. He's not. I mean, he'll tell you, I'm not assistant coach.
Yeah.
Well,
no, he plays a huge part.
Well, I was going to say, what does it make you feel like? How does it help you to glance up there in that coaching box, or know that he's up there, hear him in that ear with somebody with that much experience? How much does that help you in calling plays?
Yeah, all of them. There's 12 of us.
12.
Obviously, like you said, they're not all full-time guys, but it's 12 guys that invest a lot in this program. I want nothing but the best for this football program and our kids, and do a lot on the weekends too to get ready for it. It's not just they just show up and get a free meal on Friday, then go to the game. But yeah, Coach Camp got a lot of football knowledge. He spends his time on the offense side upstairs, and he gives a better look, because obviously you get a better look at stuff up high. That's why when we're on offense, I try to get behind our offense at a good rate back there, so I can semi-see, because you can't see nothing if you're sitting right next to him.
Exactly.
But yeah, just have him upstairs, and because he's got a good grasp of what we're trying to do too, what we're getting from the defense, because the defenses play us a little different, seems like, from what they have on film. But yeah, he's really good upstairs, and then he's kind of learned, because there's sometimes I'll ask a question on, what do you think about doing this, and all I'm doing is want somebody to agree with me on it. To give it a go ahead for it, and he's kind of figured that out, and he'll give an agreement on times. Did it last night, and he did the more probably reasonable answer, but it wasn't what I was wanting. Coach Bean agreed with me, so he went for the throw there when we got the ball back. But yeah, having Coach Camp back around the football program has been great for us.
You bet. Well, that's going to do it for another edition of the Broken Bow Coaches Show. We will at least have one more. Win or lose, we'll be back here. You talked about you and the kids getting another week together. Well, after last night, you and I, we've got at least one more meeting. I hope we've got two, but we're going to at least meet one more time. And we thank you, all of our listeners, for joining in. We've run it a little long this time, but this was last night was kind of extra special for the football program and the community and the whole town of Broken Bow. It kind of brings back the old days type of feeling that we thought was kind of it's been missing here, and we didn't know if we was. We knew we'd get it back, but kind of like our first words that we ever spoke to each other were that the old Savage tradition is not dead here. It's asleep. And your words were, it's time to wake it up. And congratulations to you. I think you've kind of woken it back up, and we'll just try to ride this wave, and we'll try to just give Tuttle something that they haven't seen. Mm-hmm. And you can take all of their fancy and impressive statistics, and you can put them in one bag and say, well, here's number 4. See if you can keep that up with him. But a lot of momentum riding into this next one. And again, it'll be in 2 weeks. We'll have a week off. So everybody get ready, and let's make that semifinal game one to remember. So thank you for listening to the Broken Bow Coaches Show here live at Papa Milano's on Best Country 106.
Papa Poblanos, proud sponsor of Broken Bow Savage Football and host of The Savage Show. Hear the latest in Savage football action live Saturday morning at 8:30 a.m. right here on Best Country 106. Papa Poblanos satisfies your cravings for sizzling fajitas, mouth-watering tacos, savory burritos, and more. Treat yourself to the flavors of Tex-Mex. 304 North Park Drive in Broken Bow, or call 584-9494 to pick up your order or utilize their catering services. Papa Poblanos, a delightful dining experience.
McCurtain County sports leader, Best Country 106.